Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi Theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, if you've been using Divi Supreme Modules as one of my favourite plugins, they've just brought out another module that added to their collection, so there's 50 plus modules now. It's called a Step Flow module, and you can create these great little step flow charts really easy, and you can get some great things going here. This is on their site. You can download the demo from here. I'll put this link below the video if you want to download and install this. Just hit the download. It'll download a JSON file for you. Simply go to your library, hit the import export up here, and go ahead and import it. But we're going to build this from scratch today. Here's one I've just thrown together really quickly, and you can get some great results really quickly. This new module is kind of like a blurb module and a call to action, and also like a woo module all rolled into one, so you can get a lot of things going on it. And I'll show you how to use it. Let's enable the Visual Builder and go down to where you want to work. I'm going to add a new section. Inside you want to put a little row of the amount of steps you want. I'm going to use 3 just because I've done that above. Divi comes as standard with all the light grey modules here. Once you've got Supreme modules installed, you get about 50 plus of these new sort of blue modules here, and they've actually added 2 or 3 in the last month or so. Social media sharing and a progress bar. We're actually going to use the Step Flow module today, which is right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on one and insert it. Let's move this out of the way so you can see. We'll just roll this up a bit. And like I say, it's kind of like a call to action and blurb. You can put a title in here if you want to. You can have a badge if you want down below. This is the little badge. I've got a yellow one up here for this one. Just put that in there for simplicity, and you can see it's appeared in the corner up there. You can choose whether to use a description or not down below with this yes or no. I'm going to leave it in there, and I'm going to leave that little description just as it is. Now if you want a button, just add your button text here. Now you may have noticed it's not turned up there. It's not going to turn up until you put your link in just down below here. I'm going to put a hashtag in place of a link, and as you can see the button's shown up right there. Pretty similar to a blurb module, or a call to action module I should say. Button link target, always best practice. If you're linking to your own site, leave it in the same window. If you're linking off site to somebody else's site, open it in a new tab. That way your site's going to stay open. Okay, and you can choose to show direction if you want to, which I'm going to do for my first 2. And you see it adds a little arrow up here, and we can style that in a moment. You can choose if you want to. If you don't want to use their generic arrow, you can use an icon from the icon list. And don't forget, they've teamed up with Font Awesome 4 now, so there's a lot of icons, and I'll show you that in a minute. Or you can use an image if you prefer, which is great. You can choose to add an image to the top, or an icon if you want to. I'm going to use an icon for mine, and this is where I'll show you. Like I say, Divi's just teamed up with Font Awesome, so there's a crazy amount of fonts right here, or icons. You can do a search if you want to by putting in your search term there, or it's got a little pop out button right here. Now if you click on that, it's going to pop out into a larger version. Makes it easier to scroll, but like I say, there's an awful lot of them there, so you want to have one in mind perhaps. I'm going to keep mine simple. I'm just going to put in perhaps a double right there. There it is right there. Okay, if you want the whole module to link somewhere, perhaps the step 2 or whatever, you can put another link in here. I'm going to leave that blank for the moment. Background, I'm going to make mine a simple red colour. There we go. Pretty ugly, but we can style it however we want to. So I'm going to go over to my design now, and we'll just style it up a little bit. Here's our title. I think I'm just going to make that uppercase, semi-bold, and white in colour. Let's make it uppercase. It's in the middle already, that's fine. I'm going to make it white in colour. Great. Not going to do anything else. Divi, as standard, comes with a crazy amount of fonts. If you've seen any of my videos before, you'll know this. If you click on there, there's a huge list. I've been using Divi for years and not gone through all of these yet. If you want to audition one, just simply roll over it. It'll give you an example. Okay, well, I'm going to stick to the default for this today for expediency. Content, you can style your content how you want as well. I'm just going to make that white also. Keep it pretty simple. Image and icon, well, let's make that perhaps yellow stand out. Yeah, that's fine. That stands out a bit crazy on there. You can put a background color in if you want. You can change the size of it here if you want to. Again, I'm going to leave mine just as it is. I'm fairly happy with that. We can add a bit of padding to the bottom, perhaps push that title down a bit. That's fine, just like that. Great. Okay, that's all I'm going to do to that particular thing. Let's roll on down again. Now here's our direction arrow. As you see, it's sort of spilling off the side there a little bit. So let's make it that yellow color also. And it's a little too wide for us there. So there's a width 100 pix. Just put the 70 in. It'll put the pix in for you. That's better. It's staying there for me now. And you can offset it from the top or the left and have it in different places if you want to. Now our little badge up there, let's do similar. You can choose where to position it. I think I'll leave mine top right, it works for me. You can use a custom position if you want to. Again, I'm going to use that crazy yellow as it stands out. Put a bit of padding around it. I'm just going to put 5 pixels around. Again, just put in the 5, it'll put in the pix. Hit the chain, it'll do the opposite side for you. As you can see, it's a bit deeper there. And we'll do the same for the left and the right. Give it a bit of space there. Fantastic. And we could throw a little bit of box shadow on there as well. Why not? Just to jump it off the page a little bit. I want to make sure that that text is actually black. There's the text color. There we go. That stands out a lot better. Okay, moving on down. Here's our button styles. All I'm going to do is change that color to our crazy yellow that we've been using. That's great. And I might chuck a bit of box shadow on that one. I'm not going to have a icon on my button, so I'm going to switch this little show button icon to off. Just like that's fine. And we'll just add a little bit of box shadow to that. Now we need to add a little bit of padding all around because it's kind of cramped up in there. So let's go down. I'm going to go down to spacing. Let's give it, say, 30 pixels all around. So again, I'm just going to put the 30, it'll put in the pix, hit the chain, it'll do the opposite side, and we'll do the same for the left and the right there. Great. And let's just chuck a little bit of box shadow on, lift it off the page. Okay, for my first one, I'm fairly happy with that. Of course, you can go to town, you can create hover effects. Let's just change the background color on hover, perhaps. If we go back to our content, we gave it that red background. Now this is common to all Divi modules. If you roll over the dark writing, you'll see some little icons appear. If there's an arrow there, we can set a desktop state. When the mouse is not on it, we'll leave it as red. And a hover state, when we put our mouse on it, let's change it to perhaps green. I don't know how that's going to look. That's not too bad. It's pretty loud, but anyway, we'll have it do that. Now if you want to change the timing that it takes to go from desktop, the red to the green, by default it's 300 mils, which is pretty quick. To change any timing, you can go into your advanced, down to transitions. There's the default 300. You can slide up and down or type in a value. Let's make mine maybe half a second, 500 milliseconds. Transition delay, I'm going to leave that it is. Transition speed curve, for my hover effects, I usually use ease in out. Ease will work fine there. They're all subtly different. Some will work better than others in certain situations. I'm going to use ease in and ease out, but check them out. Use what works for you. Okay, so it's going to change color when we hover over it. We're going to make it grow or shrink a bit actually with a bit of, over in the design tab, we've got transform down the bottom here. Our first one is transform scale, which means make bigger. So again, I'm going to go up to the dark writing. The icons are going to appear. There's the little arrow. Hover state's fine. Desktop state's fine. When we hover over it, I want it to grow slightly. So let's check the chain so it'll do both sides at once, and let's take this up to maybe 110%. Again, just put in the 110. It'll put in the percentage for you. So it's going to grow by 10% when we put our mouse over it and turn green. Then it's going to shrink back to red when it's not. Great, so I'm fairly happy with that, and I'm happy with everything that's going on. So the easiest way for me is I'm going to clone it. Now if you've got different bits of text in there and you want to set a fixed height for this, you can do that easily if you want them all the same height. In design, go down to sizing, and here we've got height. So you can set a fixed height if you want to keep them all the same height. Mine are going to be all the same height because they've got similar amounts of text in them. But you'll need to do that if you want to keep them common with different amounts of text. Okay, well let's clone this and we'll do the other three really quickly because it's so simple. So I'm going to click on my little module, dark tab for a module, green tab for a row, blue tab for a section. I'm going to hit the little 2 squares right there to clone it. I'm going to clone it twice. I'm going to drag one over here, doesn't matter which one because they're all absolutely identical. And I'm going to pop one over here, just grabbing the little cross there, dropping it where I want it. Great. Let's go into our second one now. What I'm going to do is change out a couple of things. Step 2. Badge 2. That's that one done. And we'll pop into this one. I'm going to take that arrow away, make this 3. And step 3 obviously. But obviously you need to put in the pertinent information for yours. There's change that one to 3. And we'll change that one to 3. That's great. And I actually want to take this arrow off for this. So if we roll down a little bit here, show direction, I'm going to turn that to off. And that little arrow's gone there. Fantastic. Well, let's save our changes now. Save draft or publish. And let's exit the Visual Builder. If we roll on down, there's our first one here. When we hover over it, it's going to grow slightly and turn green. That red button kind of looks weird on there, but obviously you can fix that to your heart's content. Obviously you can go on to the next one. It's going to do the same thing, step 2 and step 3. And that's a great little feature to have on your site, really easy to do. Like I say, Divi Supreme keeps getting better and better. For those of you that got it, there's how to use the new module on there. For those of you that don't, I'll put the link below if you want to check it out. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie from System 22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.